Hi everyone, welcome to Trauma Informed Yoga with Dr. Valerie. I'm Dr. Valerie and I'm so glad you're here with me today. In today's practice, we're going to focus on noticing sensations in our body. So I really encourage you to notice what's going on for your body today and do what's best for you today. In the practice today, I'm going to key you in on sensations in your body. What sensations are just gentle, steady feelings in your body, a lot like stretches. If there's any pain in your body during this practice, which is more like sharp, intense feelings, I really encourage you to back out of that posture. Oftentimes that means that's just your body telling you, hey, maybe this posture or pose isn't the best for us. As always, remember you are in control of your own practice, so you can stop at any time. For today's practice, George is going to join us. So with that being said, let's practice uniting our mind and body. All right, we're going to get started in a seated mountain today. So that's really just getting in a seat of whatever's most comfortable for you. I like to cross my legs, but if you want to have your legs out straight or sit in a chair, whatever your body is telling you to do today, please listen to that. So whatever seat you've chosen, I encourage you to kind of move around, kind of feel where your body's maybe connecting with the ground, trying to come to stillness, arriving in your seat today. Maybe you go forward and back, side to side, just exploring your seat today. Once you've found your seat, we're going to tune in with our breath. So just taking a moment to notice your breath today. For this, you might keep your eyes open or bring them to a soft gaze or even close them. You might even bring your hands to your body, maybe on your abdomen or your chest. Just noticing your breath today. Maybe you tune in where your body's moving with your breath. Noticing each inhale and each exhale. Not trying to change or judge your breath. Just noticing where it is right here and right now today. And if your mind wanders during this practice, that is okay. That's very natural. Just gently bring your mind back to this moment by noticing your next inhale. And then your next exhale. If you can just notice one inhale, you've been mindful for today. You can absolutely stay here, noticing your breath. Or if you'd like to follow me, I'm going to bring some movement to our breath. And we're going to move our arms with our breath. So if you're with me, bringing your arms to your sides, maybe connecting your fingertips to the earth. Letting all your air out. And on your next inhale, when you are ready, inhaling your hands up to the sky. And on an exhale, exhaling your hands back down to the earth. And we'll do that just a few more times. And all we're doing is connecting our breath to movement in our body. So again, connecting mind and body. So inhaling, hands up. Exhaling, hands down. Inhaling, hands up. Exhaling, hands down. And you can do this 3 or 4 more times with your own breath at your own pace today. When you are done with your movement, just coming back to that seat, your hands can be wherever is most comfortable for you today. And if you would like, we're gonna move movement down into our neck. And we're gonna start with a neck stretch. So taking your right ear towards your right shoulder. And here, just noticing sensations that might come up in the left side of your neck here. If there's any pain at all, I know the neck can be sensitive. That's just your neck saying, hey, let's come out of this stretch. I know some of us, we sleep weird or different. So please, if there's any pain in your neck, come out of that. And then when you're ready, taking left ear towards your left shoulder and noticing sensations in the right side of your neck. Maybe noticing if there's differences in each side of your neck. Not labeling them as bad or good, just noticing the difference in each side of your neck. And then we'll bring our heads back up to center and bring our chin towards our chest, getting a stretch on the back of our neck. You might even bring your awareness to sensations that might even come up in the back of your your shoulder blades here. Maybe, maybe not. And then bringing your head back up to center, and then we'll explore neck circles. Now your neck circle might look completely different than mine. Again, it's your body, so do whatever feels best in your neck today. I'm gonna just explore the bottom of a neck roll. So what I'm gonna do is take right ear towards right shoulder, chin to chest, left ear towards left shoulder. And just cycling through the bottom of that circle. But you can choose your neck roll today. Rolling out your neck, circling around. Just feeling what that feels like in your neck today. Seeing if you can bring awareness to your neck. Sometimes it's hard to even bring our awareness to what our body feels like. So this is just a practice noticing what our body feels like today. And when you feel complete, coming back up to center, and we'll move our movement to our shoulders. So we're gonna do shoulder circles. So taking your shoulders in circles, just one direction. Doesn't matter which direction, because we'll do both directions. I'm gonna start by taking my shoulders up and back. And you can choose what these circles look like. So they could be big or small, it's your choice. But notice what this feels like, whatever direction you choose. I know when I go back, I feel like almost popping in my back shoulders. But I am curious what your shoulders feel like today. And when you're ready, switching the direction. Noticing the difference in each direction, what it feels like to move gently your body today. And when you feel complete, just coming to stillness, checking in with your shoulders, your neck, seeing what that feels like after movement. And then if you would like to join me, I'm going to extend our practice to tabletop. So if you are with me, we're gonna come to tabletop. So what that looks like is we'll have our knees under our hips and our hands under our shoulders, coming into what we call a tabletop posture. Once you've arrived in your tabletop, if that feels comfortable, if you don't have a mat, you might grab a blanket. If you have sensitive knees, you might even put that blanket under your knees to protect your knees. A towel works too. But whatever you need to feel comfortable in tabletop today, go ahead and get in your tabletop. And just take a moment here, noticing what it's like to have the ground support you under your hands, under your legs. Maybe you even sway side to side, front to back, just really feeling your body here today. If your wrists are sensitive, you might even come up on your fist just to protect your wrist if that feels better for you. So lots of options here. Take whatever feels good for you. Once you've arrived in your tabletop, we're going to do what yogis call cat-cow, but I'll walk you through it if you're unfamiliar. So what we're going to do is on an inhale, we're going to sync our breath to movement again, kind of like we did with our arms. So on an inhale, we're going to lift our seats and our chin. And on an exhale, we're going to curl in our spine. And we're going to just go through each one multiple times. So inhale, lifting our seat and our chin. Exhale, curl in your spine. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, curling. Now I would invite you to do this just a few rounds at your own pace, whatever that feels like for you today, with your own breath. Just exploring, moving your spine here today. And if this doesn't feel good and you want to move your spine a different way, I invite you to explore that. Wherever you are, once you have completed your exploration of your spinal flexing for the day, if you're with me, I'll invite you to come to a child's pose. So I'm going to walk you through child's pose that I go into, but everybody's child's pose can look different. So for me, I like to take my big toes together and then take my seat towards my heels. Now, by any means, your seat does not have to touch your heels. It just has, you can bring it towards it, whatever feels good for you today. Then walk your hands out and bring your forehead towards the mat. You might even bring your fists and stack them up for a pillow for your forehead, or stack your hands, or you can have your hands out straight. Or any option that you feel good in your body coming into your child's pose today. What is so great about child's pose is it can offer us a chance just to come inwards. So as we're practicing here today, and if you are in child's pose, I do invite you to come inwards and just notice maybe any emotions that have come up for you today during our practice so far. Trying not to judge the emotions that's come up, but just simply noticing if any have. You can stay in your child's pose, or if you would like, I'm going to explore side stretches in child's pose. So, if you're with me, lifting up and then walking your hands over to one direction. Doesn't matter which direction because we're going to explore both. I'm going to start with my right side. So walking my hands over to the right. You can choose how far over you walk your hands. Just noticing maybe sensations coming up in your side body as you stretch over to one direction. Once you're in a side stretch, staying there, making sure you can still breathe, and tuning in with any sensations that might be coming up in your hips, your side, your back. And when you're ready, lifting up and walking your body over to the other side. For me, that's over to the left. And noticing sensations on this side. So for me, maybe noticing stretching sensations on the right side of my torso. You might feel sensations in your hip or even your arm. Notice that you can choose how far over you shift. And once you've stopped, know that you can always shift again if it doesn't feel good. When you're ready, coming back up to center and coming back up to tabletop. I know we've had our legs bent for a little bit, so if you need to, stretching out those legs. But we're going to come to a seat. So however you'd like to get to your seat, I invite you to get there. We're going to come to a seat with our legs out straight. Again, our legs have been scrunched for a little bit, so you might kind of stretch those legs out. All right, we're going to come into forward folds. So we're going to do one leg at a time. You can choose which leg you start with. I'm going to start with my right leg. So I'm going to keep my right leg out straight. I'm going to bend my left leg. I'm going to bring the left sole of my foot to the inner right leg. Kind of just let my knee fall over. Doesn't really matter what that leg looks like. Keep my right leg out straight. Now, if you do have a blanket and you have sensitive knees, you might roll it up under your knee just for protection. If you want to bend this leg completely, you can do that. But we're going to explore forward folds. So lots of options here for folding forward today. One forward fold is staying exactly where you are, so just straight up. Maybe you want to explore bringing your hands behind your back. This is one option. Again, staying up straight is another option. Another option is coming towards your feet. So explore which one feels best for you today. And I would even encourage you to explore which one gives you the most room for breathing today. So exploring the forward fold over one leg, seeing which one allows you to breathe the best today. And once you find your forward fold, just staying there for a moment or two, noticing your breath and noticing any sensations that might be coming up in the back of that right leg. Again, if there's any pain at all, that's your body asking you to find another option. Breathing here in and out. And when you're ready, coming out of that forward fold, and we'll go to the other leg. So again, if you want to use a blanket or a towel to bend that leg, or you just want to bend that leg, you can. This time we're bending the right foot up and the left leg out straight, or whichever leg you didn't do will be the leg out straight. And exploring options on this leg. So this leg could be completely different than the right leg, and that is just fine. So give this leg also the time and space that you did the other leg in exploring each option. So whether it's back here to the side, folding over forward, whatever that looks like for you, exploring each option here of what does your forward fold look like here. Once you find your forward fold on this leg, coming towards stillness and exploring that breath here. Breathing in and breathing out. Once you feel complete in your forward fold, coming out of that. And we're gonna finish our practice on our backs if that's available to you. So if you would like to join me, come towards your back. And we're going to start with just twisting our bodies. So for me, what I like to do
is take my knees towards my chest and then bring them towards one side. So laying my knees over towards the right, but if you wanted to start with the left, I like to bring my hand just to support my knees, but your arms could be out to the side, just twisting your knees over to one direction. Now, if your back is talking to you here and there's pain, you might bring your knees down further. That might help, or up closer. You might explore that, or you might come out of the twist completely. Wherever you are, just breathing and being mindful of any sensations that might be coming up in your body as we move our practice down to the ground. Maybe there's sensations coming up in your back or your spine, maybe your hips. And when you are ready, bringing your knees back up to center, maybe pulling them in towards your chest and letting them fall the other direction. So for me, that's over to the left. Right hand can be wherever you want it to be. I like to bring my left hand to my knees just to support them, but you can explore whatever you'd like to. Here you might take a moment to notice the difference between each side. Again, not classifying a side as better, worse, good, or bad. Just noticing differences. Tuning in with your body. Noticing sensations that are coming up maybe on this side, with this hip or this side of your back. Breathing here. And when you're ready, coming back up to center, and we'll squeeze everything in if it's available to you. So I like to take my hands around my knees and squeeze in, maybe even bring my forehead towards my knees, squeezing everything in one last time. And then letting everything go, coming to a final resting pose. So for me, I like to have my legs out straight, my arms out straight. But for you, your final resting pose can be whatever you want it to be. And please get into the most comfortable final resting pose you can for today. So maybe you even take a blanket, put it over you. Maybe you have a pillow. Maybe you cuddle up with a dog. Whatever is best for you, coming into that final resting posture. Soaking in our practice for the day. Coming back to our breath. And I encourage you here just to take a moment and tune back in with perhaps emotions that have come back up during this practice. Just noticing any emotions that are coming up now or have come up for you. And know that emotions are like waves. They come and they go. In and out, just like a wave. You can feel your emotions like waves, in and out. Similar to our breaths. They come in, and with exhales, we can let them go. If you'd like to stay here for longer, if you have the time, I invite you to do so. If you're with me, we're going to come out of this posture. So if you're with me, bringing your awareness back to your breath, breathing in and breathing out. Noticing your inhales and your exhales. Bringing movement back to your fingers, your toes, your hands and your feet, your arms and your legs, maybe even coming to a full body stretch. And when you are ready, coming up over to one side and ever so gently pushing yourself up to a seat. And we'll end our practice with one last breath together. Breathing in and breathing out. Thank you all for practicing uniting your mind and body with me here today. I look forward to seeing you next time.